Okay guys, so this will be video number 2. The lithium ion battery in my camera just died, and what we're doing here is we're showing off this motor. Okay, so this is a high torque DC motor. It's running at high speed, and the speed and timing has not changed. It's been running for about 25 minutes now. We still have 2 bars on an 18-volt lithium-ion battery. Okay, so it's actually gone back up to 2.5 bars on a lithium-ion battery, and the battery in the camera keeps dying, or the camera for some reason decides, hey, you've been filming long enough. Well, no, I wish I could keep my camera running. That's the biggest problem. The camera doesn't even run as long as my motor runs. But we're not going to call it free energy. We're just going to say that it's a super efficient, super powerful motor, because the formula is wrong. The formula for horsepower, electricity converted to horsepower, totally wrong. You can add power by adding magnets, and Joe Newman proved this, but I don't know how well y'all can hear me because this motor is really loud, and I am pretty drunk right now. I apologize for this. Ordinarily I would not make a video when I'm pretty drunk. My username is Sunsaver, but most people know me by inventor John Gay. My name is John Gay. I'm the inventor of virtual reality. 30 years ago we invented virtual reality, my partner Billy Smith and I. And we also have held the first U.S. patent for virtual reality, which was U.S. patent number 5394029. But after I invented virtual reality, I started thinking about the real reality, and I quickly realized, you know, there used to be a guy named Nikola Tesla, and nobody really remembers Nikola Tesla because he proved that we don't need fossil fuels, we don't need oil, we don't need whale oil, we don't need carbon fuels, we don't need to burn trees. But people don't really want to know the truth. They want to live in their virtual reality. Uh-oh. Well, it's running down now. Finally. Hey, boss. Just wanted to say hi to the boss. Well, what do you know? This went back up to 2.5 bars there. I keep waiting for this battery to die, but the camera keeps going dead. So I wish I could plug this camera into the grid so I could have reliable power, because the solar power doesn't work when the sun goes down. Battery getting low. Yeah, I'm kind of upset that the other video cut off on me, because, you know, this is a camera. You know, this is a mobile camera. It's a digital device, a consumer product, and the lithium-ion battery that's inside this camera does not last as long as the battery from the cordless drill. This gigantic motor, okay, this motor weighs about 40 pounds, and it's running on an 18-volt lithium-ion battery from a Milwaukee cordless drill. The battery and the drill were provided by my friend Jeff Spoor, who lives in Atlanta, Georgia. And all of the funding to build this machine was provided by my friend Will Archer, who lives in Singapore. And I've had a lot of help from my friend Michelle and my friend Kenneth and Anna Ravenscroft, my friend Tony Storer, who lives down in Australia, the great land down under. I might have died a couple years ago if Tony had not sent that. He sent $200 cash in the mail from Australia, and it got here just in time for Christmas. And you know, Tony, if you're out there, you really saved my life. But I'm sorry to say that I've been financially and technologically suppressed in my own country. So hopefully someday I will be able to use this motor for some benefit to humanity. But it's probably going to be suppressed and have to go into the black. So I might be moving to Georgia or Nevada, or, you know, I don't know where I'm going to move to, but I can't stay here and keep starving to death if nobody's going to help me. So if anybody wants to help me, you can find me on Patreon. Just look down in the comments section for the links for Patreon or PayPal. Anybody wants to help my free energy research. I do want to write a book about quantum energy, because I believe that this is actually, it's either nuclear energy or it's Casimir energy, which is basically quantum energy from the 4D vacuum field, or the Higgs field. It's all about timing and time, and I know a lot of people don't like to think about time. You know, oh, Doctor Who. Oh, well, yeah. You know, time is a real thing. It's a real dimension, and the extra power comes from somewhere. It comes from time, it comes from the vacuum, or it comes from the nuclear force. There's very few options of where this power is coming from, but obviously it's way more powerful than the cordless drill, and it has a lot of torque. It's been running for, let's see, about 20, I guess. We had 20 minutes on the other video and about 14 minutes now, so that's what, 34, 35 minutes. So really, you think your cordless Milwaukee drill is going to be running for 35 minutes at full speed and full torque, and the battery's still going to be going? I don't think so. Very high torque motor. It's a very high torque motor, and you know, so I know there's a lot of people out there that want to prove over unity. My friend Stephen Hartman at overunity.com, he lives in Germany. and he wants me to put a dynamometer on here and, you know, measure the wattage, the volts and the amps and all this. Okay, so the problem is that all those formulas, the formulas are wrong. The electric motors just aren't designed correctly. The motors, for 100 years, the electric motor has been designed to fight against itself. All I did was I took away the throttle limit that the oil companies and the coal companies and the secret societies that work for the coal companies and the oil companies have placed on the physics. The physics does not believe in your BS religion. You know, the physics believes in the truth. The truth shall set you free. But the truth has been suppressed, and the real reality has been suppressed. Like I said, 30 years ago, we started talking about artificial reality, but the mainstream media interpolated artificial reality into virtual reality. They said, oh no, we cannot have this, so they just started calling it virtual reality. No, there's real reality and there's artificial reality. There's artificial intelligence. Your computer has artificial intelligence. It's not a virtual intelligence. It's artificial intelligence. And the bullshit, excuse my French, but you know, the bullshit that you see on the nightly news is virtual reality. It's artificial reality. It's not real reality. The real reality is that energy is everywhere and it's free. There's free energy everywhere. We don't need to be slaves. There's people at the top that want us to be slaves, but there's really no reason to be a slave. The system has to change. That's the main problem. The system has to change and stop threatening people. And again, like I said, I was watching Richard Dolan and his beautiful wife Tracy earlier tonight, and they were talking about the system, you know, 5G. We're going to be under this 5G and all this. It's a controlled system, and yeah, I don't really know what the answer is as far as trying to make it better. And because of that, I mean, I'm just one guy. All I can do is just show you. I can show you what's happening, but I can't fix it, I can't change it. So that's why this technology, if I don't get some help on Patreon, if I don't get some financial support through PayPal, if I don't find any investors, you know, if you want to invest, yeah, if you want to invest, you want to start a company. Okay, we're going to start a company and we're going to make money. These motors could be used to pump oil and natural gas. One solar panel could run this motor all day and pump oil. well, it just died. Okay, so the motor finally died after 21 minutes we've been running. And on the other video, we were running for about 20 minutes too. So that's about 40 minutes. So really, people, tell me, do you think that your cordless Milwaukee drill on the same battery, putting out the same power, is going to run for 40 minutes straight at the same speed, the same high torque? You know, they say this just isn't possible, and that's why they call it free energy and over unity. But I'm telling you, it's not over unity. The formulas are totally wrong. There's so many other factors involved. It's not just current and amps. It's not just current and voltage. You've got magnetic field strength. You've got all these other interactions. You've got low energy nuclear reactions, or it's Casimir force. This could actually be quantum energy as a result of well, I call it quantum inertia, because when you're pushing against the field, you're actually creating mass. They recently discovered the Higgs boson with the CERN particle accelerator, and also they recently discovered gravitational waves or gravity waves with the LIGO. The LIGO experiment from the National Science Foundation, Caltech, down in Louisiana, they built this thing called LIGO. It's a laser interferometer, and they proved that gravity waves are real. So that means that the ether is real. The ether, whatever you want to call it, the Higgs field, you can call it the quantum vacuum field. Without this field that Nikola Tesla talked about, there's no way you can have gravitational waves, but they proved it. You know, the people at LIGO, I think they won the whatever you call the Nobel Prize for Physics by proving that gravitational waves are real. So this means that the quantum inertial field is real, and then so I said, hey, oh well, that explains it, and I built this motor and it worked. Okay, so if it works, I mean, yeah, no, it's not a proof. But that's just more evidence. There's three right there. You got the CERN particle accelerator and the Higgs boson. You got the LIGO experiment, and you got this machine right here. And they threatened to kill me over this shit. Excuse my French. I am a little bit drunk right now. Like I said, normally I would not make a video when I've been drinking alcohol. But these are probably going to be some of my last videos, because no one's really helping me. I mean, I need investors, or we're going to have to build a factory and fight against the people that are trying to suppress this, or I just have to sell out. And I don't want to sell out. I don't want to sell out to big oil. Some of this is, yeah, it's going to have to be top secret, simply because of the political problems. It's really just political problems. We're all just humans on this earth, and we shouldn't be fighting each other. We shouldn't be having to go to war with each other. Everybody should just love each other and get along. But until that day comes, I got to feed my cats, and if I have to take this off in the desert and bury it somewhere, then that's what I got to do. But I got to have money. I can't keep starving to death and begging on the street corner to feed myself. That's just not right. I've worked very hard for many years to figure out how to do this. And I just don't think it's fair to me. I don't think it's fair to humanity for this technology to be suppressed. People like Joseph Newman and Ed Gray, and there's just a whole host. Nikola Tesla was the first one. They suppressed him. Westinghouse took credit for all of his ideas. Now we got some guy out there named like Brian Brewfaker or something. He wants to copyright the Tesla hairpin circuit and call it the Brewfaker hairpin circuit. No, buddy, you did not invent the hairpin. Nikola Tesla invented the hairpin. Okay? But this motor, I did invent this motor. My name is John Gay. You can find me, Inventor John Gay, on Patreon, or you can also find me on PayPal, Inventor John Gay. I'm the inventor of this motor. And I've already written a patent application but it has to stay top secret until I get some money. I'm sorry. I really have to have some money for this. I've worked on this too long and too hard, and I've proved over and over again that Joe Newman was telling the truth, and all these other free energy inventors are really, they're telling the truth. These machines work, and we understand really how they work now, but it's the technology is being suppressed. The products are not there, and we're fighting to side. Our politicians are fighting to save a dying system that's based on fossil fuels. It's based on burning oil, whether it's coal, it's coal or whale oil or. The system is broken. The environment is dying. We can't keep burning fossil fuels. We're going to have to switch to electric power. We're going to have to switch to solar power. We're going to have to do the clean fusion. Fusion power is real, and it's being suppressed too. Controlled fusion's already been worked out. I'm almost positive of this because I can already see in my own mind how fusion power could easily work and be controlled and be a source of clean energy. So the nuclear power, it was just all about making money and making, this detente of mutually assured destruction between, the Russians and the USA. But that's just a handful of people making a whole lot of money while the rest of us are just suffering and dying and living in a polluted world. And, look at Chernobyl. Somebody recently posted about Chernobyl, okay? So these 3 Russian scientists, they stayed behind to dump some water in there and make it not so bad as it could have been, but it's still pretty bad. Chernobyl was pretty bad. That was not enough for the whole world to say, okay, this is it. No more nukes. No more nukes. Okay, we had 3 Mile Island in the great state of Pennsylvania, I think it was. So many people got sick and got cancer, and that was just a small release of toxic crap. We've got these nuclear plants all over the planet. Look at Fukushima. Fukushima has destroyed the entire Pacific Ocean, and we're still building nuclear power plants. The nuclear power is a scam. It does not produce more energy than goes into it. They have to work for years and years, and it takes billions of dollars to build this one plant. And what are they doing? They're just building, bombs. That nuclear fuel is only good for 6 months, and then it has to be reprocessed, or it just has to be stored in a cooling pond where it stays toxic for thousands of years. It's a losing battle. Solar power, clean energy, free energy, clean fusion. Where's the Mr. Fusion? Let's get back to the future. Let's get back to the future. Where's the Mr. Fusion? Where's the flying cars that we were promised? We